Boer Prophet, Siener van Rensburg, Part 8, Visions of Siener by CP Nieuwenhuizen, July till August 1915. 1 July 1915. Siener sees. I see a twisted blue wood with sickles on it. Two sides of it are over each other. A large camel thorn tree with plenty of ash underneath it, and a man climbing into a tree. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. On a crooked German wood are communists on two sides, all over each other. A strong Afrikaner party with a lot of corruption in it. 2 July 1915. Siener sees. I see ripe wheat on the fields, and then green wheat again after that. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. Harvest time arrives. Green wheat after that. Possibly new fields. 23 July 1915. Siener sees. A large fire. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. War. Possibly the First World War. 24 July 1915. Siener sees. A circle of people sitting in a house. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. Have meetings somewhere. Germany is not participating. 25 July 1915. Siener sees. The blue door is closed. I see my wife and children and other women who are hooked together. A long trench with steep banks that draw ever closer to me, and shiny round letters coming from the west. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. Afrikaner people's wives and children. Other peoples also support each other. A long road ahead threatens the Afrikaner people, me, as Siener sees. Good prospects. 27 July 1915. Siener sees. I see a ladder standing against a cliff, and I stand next to a high wall. Smoke comes out from behind the wall. Everything was black when the smoke dissipated, and I saw ghostly shapes like horsemen. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. Prospect of overcoming obstacles. Protection of a high wall. War starts, and when the war is over, everything is black. Fighters, the ghost shapes, are still moving. 28 July 1915. Siener sees. A circle of people sits in a house, and 4 or 5 other people wearing black clothes go there. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. Negotiations are being conducted. They mourn after the war. Go to the negotiations. 29 July 1915. Siener sees. The pots are all cleaned, and I pass by something that is like a mirror. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. We are going home. I see myself. 30 July 1915. Siener sees. A made-up bed stands in a room, and the people are standing around. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. They will not be sleeping on the beds again in jail. They are in a hurry and ready to leave. 31 July 1915. Siener sees. The blue door is now open, but it is still dark. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. We are no longer locked up. We are still in the dark with arrangements. 1 August 1915. Siener sees. It's dark, and in the dark I see a man wearing black shoes. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. I see a black government. Prospects look bleak. 2 August 1915. Siener sees. I'm on a train while it's still dark. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. I'm on a journey. It's still dark and I don't know where I'm going. 3 August 1915. Siener sees. A lot of tobacco rolls come to us. In Europe, the Germans come to us and everyone else disappears. Springboks come out to the east and also a house with a keel. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. They sympathize with us. Others want nothing to do with us. Our soldiers come home to a house that is protected. 4 August 1915. Siener sees. I am cutting a leather strap at my house and I see my sister. The people walk in brown clothes. Young thorn trees come from the east. A ledge came into view and then it burnt black. The thorn trees went to the mountains. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. I'm at home and I see my sister. These people are good Afrikaners. Young supper, liberals, come from Pretoria. A skirmish follows. The supper, the liberals, flee. 6 August 1915. Siener sees. I see people walking out, and the one at the rear is wearing corduroy trousers, with a white pillowcase in his hand. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. He's going home. 6 August 1915. Siener sees. The bed is made up. On the other side of the bed there is a hill, and at the top of the hill the world is bare. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. It's dry. No further explanation is given. 7 August 1915. Siener sees. I sit at a table on which a candle stands. A white cloth appears. I went out on a ledge and I saw a lot of wagons and people wearing waistcoats. And the writing is unclear here, in which a single corn kernel lies. The pit in which old grass is, which burn black. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. Dim light, not much hope, is the candle. A sign of peace coming. I'm going uphill. A part of a text, written text, is unclear here as well. 7 August 1915. Siener sees. I saw a red gaiter and a shoe with a tab on, a piece of meat, and a man wearing grey clothes. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. I see a communist and a boot or a shoe, perhaps referring to a government. Terrorism. God's messenger, the man in the grey clothes. 8 August 1915. Siener sees. The door is open, and the man wearing the white jacket sits there. But the man wearing the red jacket disappears. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. It's a prison scene. It literally happened as he saw it. 10 August 1915. Siener sees. A tall man opens the door. Something I use in a way. Text here is unclear as well. Nelly van Sel's interpretation. It's a prison scene. The part that is readable happened as it was written down. 12 August 1915. Siener sees. I see my jailmate Nieuwenhuizen and another person standing there while their bundles lay there. It's in a prison. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. This is again a complete prison scene and happened as he saw it. 13 August 1915. Siener sees. Many coals turn to a pile of ashes. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. Danger or appalling conditions. 15 August 1915. Siener sees. I see a great many people relocating. One group is in the east and the other group is in the west. I go out the door and then it becomes light. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. Communism. Western-minded. Afrikaner people, me. And then I saw the situation clearly. 16 August 1915. Siener sees. I see I'm at home, out of jail. I see a balcony, and on the balcony there are all the accessories of the tabernacle. Then a group of children appeared, all aged 10 years old, and everyone was dressed white, and all had blue eyes. Of the 3 at the front, 2 were my own children, and the 3rd was my oldest sister's child. Her eyes are also blue now, while she had brown eyes when she was still alive. And the children said, "These are the ones who gave their lives, and they come to share in the joy of their fellow brothers and sisters." Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. The day we become a republic, or become a free and independent nation, according to Boy Moesman, father of Nelly van Zyl. 22 August 1915. Siener sees. Oom Niklaas comes to Pretoria. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. Oom Niklaas comes to Pretoria. Actual event. 24 August 1915. Siener sees. A pot is empty. He sits and eats at another. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. It's a prison scene, and events happened exactly like that. 28 August 1915. Siener sees. The dishes are washed. The donkeys travel a distance. Nelly van Zyle's interpretation. The dishes are washed. The Afrikaners, prisoners, are released and travel home. This is the end of this section. If you have not watched previous videos in this series, please do so, as this helps one to start seeing the patterns emerge from the visions. Though these visions are all part of history, they teach us how to recognize elements within them, so we can later understand what it means in newer visions that have not yet come to pass. Please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you know when the next video is available. I'll see you in the next video.